Chelsea get knocked out of the FA Cup by Brighton, and in this video, we're going to be talking about some of the key issues that Chelsea have been dealing with, not just this match, but this entire season, because when we look at this match, it gives us samples of what we've been seeing this entire season with Enzo Maresca, with the tactics, with the players on the pitch. And yes, I do understand we are dealing with some injuries. Yes, this is the FA Cup, so maybe we're not going to play all our starters. But when you do look at the starting 11, this is still a solid team coming from Chelsea. Now, Brighton obviously also had a good starting 11. But one of the big things we saw in this match is urgency. Yes, Chelsea did go up in this match early on. They could play the ball around every now and then. But after going down 2-1 in the second half, you would expect Chelsea to move the ball around quicker, have players moving around on the pitch. We did not see that at all. They just kept playing the ball back and forth in between our defenders. And yes, I understand you're trying to get Brighton to come back up. But when they're up and defending, it's not going to happen. And we saw this in the entire match, that Chelsea just didn't have this urgency. And on top of that, we keep playing from the back. This is something that needs to change because, yes, I do understand why we're playing from the back because, again, like I just said, we're trying to pull teams out. But if teams are leading, they're not going to pull out in those areas. They're going to keep that low block going on. And Chelsea, I always have this issue breaking down the low block. I don't understand why it's such a huge issue for Chelsea because you would think, seeing this time and time again, we would understand how to break down the low block, and there are ways to break it down. But what happens every time we play the ball out to the sides, those wingers drive the ball a little bit, and then they play the ball back to our defenders. Then we swing it to the other side. Same thing. Go down a little bit, swing it back. We are never directly going right down the middle, and when we do try that, we try it with Palmer. That's the only player. Teams defend him. They put multiple players around him. Therefore, again, he can't do his magic we've been seeing time and time throughout last season. Along those lines, the other big thing and we need to talk about is our striker situation. Now, I do understand we have some injuries in this area. Mark and Jackson are both out as of right now, which means Nkunku has to start. I made a video talking about how this was a big issue with the transfer window we just had, how we did not sign a striker, which again is mind-boggling. But the fact is, having Nkunku as our starting number 9 is a huge issue. Not that he's a bad player, but his form and how he plays is way different than you want from a striker. You typically want your striker pushing up and actually having this top 3. What we're seeing is him dropping back, and therefore there's this massive hole when we're trying to attack. So anytime we try to play the ball forward, there's no one in the box. There's no one to make a running through ball to. And therefore, again, defenders don't have any issues with this. Now, that being said, yes, he can pick the ball up and then find different players. But again, when they do drive down the sides, we saw Neto, we saw Jadon Sancho have the ball. There's no one to play the ball into the box to. And therefore, again, this is one of the areas that we've been struggling because we can't create any chances. And yes, we did score a goal in this game, but it was all due to luck. Had that not gone in, Chelsea may have had 1 or 2 shots on target, but nothing that even troubled the goalkeeper at all in this match. And again, this is a big talking point and why Chelsea are going to continue to struggle this season due to the fact that we did not spend money this transfer window. And yes, I understand Chelsea try to spend a lot of money time and time again, but again, not spending any money is going to it's going to hurt the season. Guaranteed, because losing to Brighton right now just shows all the cracks that we've been seeing throughout this entire season. We play Brighton next week again for the Premier League, and I don't expect the changes to happen. I don't expect the results to happen because Brighton understand how to change their tactics throughout the entire match. They went down a goal. They then started pressing higher. Then they also then started playing the balls quicker. They started moving the ball around in different ways. They have different tactics. Whereas with Chelsea, with Enzo Maresca, it's the same old, and teams are seeing that now. It worked in the beginning of the season because it was slightly different. Teams now obviously understand how to break this down. Yes, we can also invert Cucurella up into that front area, but still, teams know how to defend that as well. Yes, we're overloading certain areas, but it still is not working out. Different things have to change for this club with tactics, with players, with formation, with everything for us to start getting better results this season because top 4 is not a guarantee at all for this club. And the way we've been playing, Top 6 might not even be possible because we keep sliding. Yes, we've been picking up points here and there, but other teams that are around us are also picking up points, and Chelsea may continue to slide. Again, not having a proper striker in that position, not being able to beat teams when they play that low block, and therefore, again, not scoring goals that can be very crucial to getting all 3 points. Overall, yes, I do understand Chelsea is still a fairly young team. I hear that all the time, but still, a lot of these players have a lot of experience now in the Premier League, so I'm not going to say age is a huge factor because we have players that should know how to win games, that should be able to put 100% out each and every match and not just jog around every now and because, again, when we're playing balls, guys are just standing around and not doing a whole lot, and it is frustrating as a fan. Obviously, we need to change something. I don't know if Enzo Maresca can light that fire under them, but this is something that is a big talking point for Chelsea this season. So I want to know, what do you think about this match, Chelsea versus Brighton? What are your key takeaways, and what do you think Chelsea can do different to actually get results for the rest of the season? Comment down below. I will get to those comments as quick as I possibly can. I will see you in the next video.